Alan from Council Bluff, Iowa, has a question about sticky caulk.
Well, he's got water getting into his basement.
Okay.
In this very long-distance letter.
I like it. That's what letters are for. Pony Express kind of thing,
Well, digital Pony Express.
Yes.
Anyway, Alan writes, I caulked the cracks in the concrete walls with concrete caulk and intend to paint over it. After a month and a half, the caulk is still tacky on the surface, and the manufacturer suggested wiping it with mineral oil, but it didn't make any difference. So, Tom, Alan wants to know, can he just go ahead and paint over it? If not, what can he do to get the caulk to dry up?
First off, I don't think they probably wanted him to use mineral oil.
What?
Mineral spirits is probably what they told him to use. It's a same kind of name, but totally different thing.
Kind of like baking soda, baking powder.
Yeah.
Very different. Yeah.
Mineral oil is not going to dry anything up. In fact, it's going to keep it wet. Mm-hmm. Mineral spirits is a paint thinner, and it will take the stickiness off the top sometimes. But quite frankly, I'm not sure what kind of caulk he used, and if there's so much moisture through those walls, everything you're probably doing right now is not going to help a lot because you've got to stop the water at the outside of the basement, not once it already gets into the blocks or the concrete. That's really hard to stop. And so a dehumidifier inside that room, I think even if you're going to paint what I'm going to tell you to do, you're going to need some dehumidifiers in there at least through this process.
So the humidity is what's keeping it tacky.
Absolutely.
Probably.
I would put dehumidifiers in there now, wait about a week, run them like crazy, and then go ahead, wipe it down with mineral spirits, which is a paint thinner, and it should be dry enough for you to go ahead and paint over with one of those dry lock products, which will help some, but you're still going to have some moisture coming through because, unfortunately, I don't know if you ever had to do this. We have to get a backhoe. You got to dig out all the dirt around the outside of the foundation, waterproof it, then put in the crushed granite and put in the drainage systems. That's the only way to get a basement to stay dry is hit it from the outside. It's like trying to patch a boat from the inside. It's not going to work that well. No. Or a roof from the inside either.
I'm still hung up on the mineral oil, mineral spirits thing.
Well, it's all in lack of translation. Or
back when I started first baking,
yes,
I didn't have
salt.
I didn't have any baking powder, but I did have baking soda.
Well, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Well,
it's like yeast and not yeast.
I put this cake we put in the oven, and it just kept growing and growing and growing.
It's very fluffy.
Yes, it was quite fluffy.
Fluffy, yes.
And inedible.
I think they did a couple of those in the Three Stooges, you know?
Well, it's another chapter of my book about my life called The Hard Way to Do Everything.
Yes.
Do you have a question? We'd be happy to help you out. Go ahead and click on the button here, Ask Tom, send it here, and we'll answer it in one of these videos, or Sunday morning when we do an early edition.
Yes.
Of course, Tom's around every Saturday and Sunday to answer your questions on Sports Radio 610.